Hey ladies, so I wanted to share with you about Jamberry's other products today. We talked about lacquers and gels and other hand care products that they offer. And so if you're not someone who's into frilly nails, that's okay. Jamberry has a lot of other products that would be great for you too. Starting out, try this stuff. This is their Nourish Lotion, and if you struggle with dry hands, this is the stuff that you want. As an art teacher, I'm constantly hand washing and messing around with all kinds of materials that dry my hands out. So that's always been a struggle for me until I started using this. It has a really light scent, but it's really thick, and so a little bit goes a long way. So if you have problems with dry hands, or you're just simply not into decorating your nails at all, try some of this. This would be really great for you. It comes by itself, or it comes in the hand care indulgence set. And so it comes with these other products here, and I'll see if I can hold them all in my hand. But it's kind of a 4-step process, and I do this about once a week, and my hands are so much softer and much more hydrated than they have ever been before. So this comes with a hand soap. It has kind of a light citrus scent, and using this is already a lot different than just regular hand soap from the store. My hands feel a lot more moisturized after I use this, and so this is where you start out, and then you buff your hands with this exfoliating scrub, and again, leaves your hands very, very soft, very moisturized. You follow that up with our Nourish, and then we end up with our Quench, and this is just kind of like a balm, hydrating balm for your cuticles, your fingernails, and so it looks kind of like this. Okay, it looks like a giant tube of like chapstick or like a glue stick, and it has more than just that use. I've heard of ladies using it as chapstick even, or even on eczema. I've heard it does wonders for eczema. So if you are looking for hand care products or skincare products that are very hydrating and just better quality than what you have now, I suggest that you try this. So that's our hand care line, and then there's also the foot care line as well if you need something for your feet. So a little bit about that, and then of course we talked about the wraps yesterday, but our lacquers and our gels. So this is what the lacquer looks like, this is what the gel looks like. You can tell the difference because of the bottles. The lacquer is just like regular polish, it needs time to air dry, and then the gel cures under a light, an LED light. So you may have done something like this at the salon before. So I'll get to that, I'll demo that in a minute for you. Both of these are 8 free, so that means they are free of 8 of the most harmful chemicals found in most polishes, cancer-causing chemicals, and just other really harmful things that you see in other polishes. So that is one of the reasons I really love these. I don't have to feel bad about using them. These are even safe to use on little kids too. So great things about that. Now Jamberry also has some beauty products as well. They have, and I don't know if I have it here or not, let me see if I have it. They have lipstick now. It's called Lip Lacquer, and you can get it in a set, or you can get a few of the colors individually. Okay, just looks like this, a little bottle. And I'm not a big lipstick wearer, so I don't use this very often, but it is very long wearing. It goes on really smooth, it dries really fast, and it has a matte finish. So I really like it when I do use it. It's just I never really put lipstick on a daily basis. So if you're looking for some beauty care products, that would be a good place to start as well. And then other little products that are nice to have if you do your nails a lot. The Perfectionist pen is great. I use this a lot when I'm painting my nails. It's an easy way to kind of fix those little mistakes that you make around the nail, on the cuticle, and things like that. Alrighty. So I'm going to be demonstrating the gels tonight. I actually have put a little bit of the lacquer, this color actually that I was just showing you. It's called Northward. It's a ColourPop color from January, so one of the exclusive colors from the month of January, and I love it. So I'm doing a mixed manicure tonight. So I'm starting with some lacquer, and I'm actually going to layer over it with the gel, and then I'm actually going to try something new today. I'm going to be using these skinnies on the rest of my nails. The skinnies are just the quicker version of the nail wraps. You don't need heat for them. Really good on the go, and they're just a little more temporary, so they only last a few days. So I'm gonna try these for the first time, and I'll keep you posted on how they turn out. All right, so the gel, okay, this is what I'm using. I have my base coat, my top coat, and then I'm going to be applying this party dress gel on top of my lacquer nails, okay? If you are looking for a great sparkly color for the gel, this is where it's at. It goes perfectly with all the other colors, and it's great by itself too. So if you're looking for some suggestions, this is probably one of my top sellers easily. So that is a great place to start. Now, if you're doing gel, like I said earlier, you need to cure it. And so this is the light that Jamberry sells, and you can get it in a kit with the top coat and the base coat, or you can get a whole system. I'll talk more about that tomorrow. But this is the light, so it's enough to fit in 4 fingers, so you have to do your thumbs separately when you do a gel manicure. But this, I know a lot of people are kind of concerned about UV light and things like that. This actually only has about the same UV amount as a regular light bulb would have. So it's really safe. It's an LED light with a little bit of UV, just it's not very harmful. So you don't need to be too concerned if that's a concern that you have. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start with my base coat. And some tips that I have learned from other consultants is if you're wanting to mix it up, okay, start by just flipping your bottles upside down. That kind of starts the mixing process and getting everything kind of incorporated. So that's a good place to start. I'm going to put my lacquer away here a minute. I'm going to get my Perfectionist pen ready as well. And then it's always kind of good to have one of these handy, because if you get the gel on your skin, you want a way to scrape it off before you cure it. You do not want it to harden on your skin, otherwise you have to like saw it off with a file. All right, and then when you're ready for your color, this is my base coat. Just kind of roll it in between your hands. And that should be enough. Now the key when you're doing gel is you want very thin layers. If you put it on too thick, it's not going to want to stay on your nail. It's going to flake off a little more easily. And the point of gel is to keep a more durable manicure and keep it more long lasting. And thin layers can help you accomplish that. So I always just kind of start by swirling it up through the top. And I'm, like I said, I'm layering it over top of my already painted nails. So don't let that throw you off. But I'm just going to put really thin layers on. Another problem with putting it on too thick, besides it, you know, going over into your skin, around your cuticles, is while it cures, sometimes it almost comes out looking kind of wrinkled. So that's kind of something I've run into as well. So one thing you want to do when you do gel is you want to cap the nail. So that just means take your brush, run it along the top edge of your nail, and you don't want a big glob right on the tip of your nail. So go ahead and go back and smooth it out. Now that's a little bit harder for me because I have short nails right now, but if you have longer nails, super easy. So I'm going to go ahead, and it's just the one nail this time, but I'm going to press the button, and this light is timed for 45 seconds, and the instructions with the gel will say cure it for 45 seconds. So you can do this while you're watching your favorite show at night, and you don't really even have to pay that close attention to it. Every time I do this, I notice immediately because the light turns off automatically and it kind of cools down a little bit, and then I know I'm ready to go on to my next nails or my next color. So this usually goes really, really fast. The recommendation also is to do 4 fingers on your one hand, 4 fingers on your other hand, and then do your thumbs last, because then you can stick them in together into the light. And you want to, when you're doing your 4 fingers, do it start to end. Base coat, color, top coat. You don't want to try and switch hands because that can get kind of messy. So I'm going to take my party dress, and you can see very sparkly, kind of a light champagne-y gold kind of color. It just pairs really well with all the other gel colors. All right, and I'm just going to put a couple really thin layers on, depending on what you want the finish to look like when you're done. 2 or 3 coats usually is what you need. And then after each layer, remember to cap the tip. Okay, stick it in the light, So if you've never gotten a gel manicure before, I hadn't before I started using the True Shine. One thing that I didn't realize is that it leaves kind of a tacky, sticky residue after you cure it. And so that is the reason you want to just go ahead and do all your layers, all your coats right away, start to finish. And then when you're done, you have to kind of rinse it off with rubbing alcohol, or I actually used hydrogen peroxide before because I didn't have rubbing alcohol left in my medicine cabinet. And Jamberry also has these gel remover packets and nail prep wipes that those work as well. So the gel remover pockets are better for just taking off your manicure, but I'll talk more about that at the end. Okay, so you can see I got a touch of sparkle on top of my really pretty lacquer color underneath. I'm going to do one more layer, I think. See how I like that. I might end up doing another one when we're done, we'll see. So again, keep it off of your skin. If you get any of the lacquer, or excuse me, the gel on your skin, you want to scrape it off with an orange stick, one of those wooden cuticle orange sticks. Yeah, the first time I did a gel manicure to myself using the True Shine products, I got done and I was touching my nails because you're supposed to be able to go about your business when you're done. They're dry, they're cured, they're not going to mess up or smudge or anything. And I remember touching my nails and thinking, oh, that's kind of gross. There's a tacky residue on there. And so I had to, read a little more carefully that, oh, yeah, that's normal. So I didn't have the nail prep wipes or anything like that, so I had to use the hydrogen peroxide, and it worked great. You just put some on a cotton swab or a cotton pad, and you just vigorously wipe your nail, and it's good to go. All right, I think I really like that. I think it's just enough sparkle, and you can still see the color through it. So I'm going to go ahead and do my top coat. Again, thin layers, very thin. If you don't have enough on your brush, you can re-dip it and add some more, but thin is what you want. And I'm getting some of the gel running down my wand, so I'm gonna try and pick up a little bit of that and get rid of it. One little tip is if you really like the nail wraps and the gel and you have both, I always seal my nail wraps with a layer of the base coat and the top coat, and I cure it, and that really helps my wrap stay on even longer when I have a nail wrap manicure. The great thing about Jamberry products is that they are so versatile. You can layer the lacquers and the gels, you can layer the lacquers and the wraps, or the gels and the wraps. You can layer all three if you want, and you can get some really stunning manicure results. So if you ever have the budget to, get into the gels if you've already done the wraps, I highly recommend it. It's really, it's a really great combination. And you can do a full gel manicure start to finish about 20 minutes. That's really all it takes. And I figure, by the time you finish waiting for regular polish to dry, that's how much time you're putting in anyways. And this, once it's cured, it's done. It's hardened. It's not going to smudge. It's not going to wrinkle. You can't ruin it. So there is my gel not so full manicure. Okay, so I hope that helps you guys. I tried to break it down as easy as I could for you guys, so hopefully that helps. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that hydrogen peroxide, or you can get rubbing alcohol wipes from the store even, vigorously rub it over the nail to get that sticky residue off, and you're good to go. So that is our gel. So tomorrow I'm going to tell you all about the deals and discounts that Jamberry offers so that you can get the most for your money, including the gel system and all these great other bundles that Jamberry offers. So look forward to that tomorrow, and I will see you here again at the same time. Bye.